Hello, hello, everyone. Patriot 5 here with Patriot 6 and the family. We're coming live tonight. I thought there for a minute, hello, Bill. I thought for a minute that we may not do a show tonight because there's so much going on. People, the world is getting crazy. I will talk about the craziness in a little bit. Gary, good to see you. I'm going to go ahead, say the pledge, and do the music, and then we'll be on. Hi, Janet. Great to see you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All the things were gone that worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt that's the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I'd rather stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt of this land. God bless the USA. Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless you.
Yes, sir. God bless the USA. Proud to be an American. And we're going to discuss that on tonight's show. We're going to go into some details about being proud to be an American, about Make America Great Again. We got some stories and we got some facts, and we're gonna do some discussing. But I want to say that the music played tonight, we have no legal rights to. We play it. We play it for entertainment purposes only. And me talking to these kids, the kids, this video is not made for you, but you're welcome here as long as you have permission from your parents, grandparents, or legal guardian, someone who will take responsibility. I try to keep everything right, but sometimes I make a mistake. So it's good to see everyone here, and we're gonna move forward here briefly. Um, Jeffrey, Myrna, Janet, Russ, Sarita, Jeffrey, again, Justin, Bill Woods, Ian. Bill Woods was the first one on tonight. It's good to see everyone here. We got 43 people on here tonight. I don't know where you're at, but here it is very, very hot. I was told by someone I really care a lot today that once we get through this and once we go into what we're going into, that we're going to be getting very nice weather. We're all going to have nice weather. And I believe that for a long time, that was going to be the circumstances, but we'll have to wait and see. Hi, Diane. TNT Tony is on YouTube. Anyone in chat? No. I haven't heard if he's on or not. I always get my TNT news from Patriot Diane with 2 N's or from others. So I'm going to start out with the kids. Jimmy, Super Jimmy, something happened last night, and I hope you understand. I'm going to explain it to you because I did not do it out of meanness, but you posted something on Telegram that I'm not allowing. I don't allow for people to come on and ask people to join their stuff so they get either money or gifts out of it. I could have been doing this for all these years, but that's not what this group is about. And you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't understand. But I deleted it last night, and it upset some people. I will not mention names. I don't know if they'll be on tonight or not. Don't even know if they're on right now. But I got some very bad feedback in a couple of emails from some people stating that I was wrong. Well, here's the deal. If you thought I was wrong, I'm sorry. But I have rules, and they go for everybody. And everybody knows how much I love Super Jimmy. But he's a young boy. He did something. And first of all, I don't understand why someone that age even has an account like that. But I'm not his parent, but I will guide him in other areas if they want me to. Patriot 11, I hope everything is going good. We haven't heard from you for a long, long time. Patriot Karate Kid and Patriot Wyatt Earp. Boy, can you kids believe that 4 days away from the 4th of July, today's the last day of the half a year mark. Today's the last day of the month of June. It's unbelievable. But I hope you guys are doing great. Patriot Princess, our queen, our ball player. I haven't got no updates here recently about how you're doing. I will give an update about Patriot 7 in a minute. Patriot Hunter, how's them girls doing? I know you like them girls. So does Patriot 11, though, too. Wonder how he's doing. Patriot Little Leona, Little Elan, growing like weeds. I bet they can't wait to see them beautiful fireworks if they have some place to go. Patriot Boogie, Boogs, Boogaloo, and Boogaroo, thank you for all the beautiful pictures. I'm jealous of all the hair you kids have. Thank Grandpa John for thinking enough of me to send me them pictures. He is one proud, one tremendous grandpa. Little Leona is all over the place now. She doesn't like the heat, though. But I think the heat will be controlled here soon. Then we have Patriot Super Gymnast. I saw her yesterday, and I think she thinks that's little Ella. I think when I go to Liam's ball games, the hand always comes out like, Papa, you got money for the concession stand? Hey, Papa G, good to see you. I love the heat as long as you can breathe in it. But, boy, it's this humidity that I don't like. It can be 100 degrees all the time. I'm okay. That humidity, oh, and it's not going away. And you know, when it was cold, the wind was blowing all the time, and now all of a sudden there's no breeze. Then we have Patriot 7, who I'm going to save for last. Patriot Small Hank. I looked at him today. His mom had to take Patriot little Kira into get some checkups. She's always getting to the doctor, with everything she went through when she was born. But Small Hank was home by himself downstairs while Daddy was upstairs working. I was in my bedroom. I come out. Said, "You have lunch yet?" And he goes, "No." I said, "You hungry?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "You want me to get you lunch?" He goes, "Yeah." So I got him. I said, "What do you want?" He says, "My favorite, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, PB&J." He said, "But one of them, would you cut a banana up and put banana on it?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "The rest of the banana, will you cut it off and put it on my plate?" "Sure." So I made him 2 PB&Js, put bananas on one. But the one that I cut up the banana and just put on the plate, I put some peanut butter on the plate too. He said, "Why'd you do that, Grandpa Hank?" And I said, "Well, I thought you might enjoy dipping your banana in there." "Oh, you'd have thought I'd give the kid $1 million. He loved it." He ate both sandwiches. Then they had some watermelon. I give him that. Got him something to drink, and he was just all set, ready to watch his cartoons. His friends from next door, he went on vacation last week and was gone, so they didn't have him to play with. Now, he wanted to go over and play with them today, and they left this morning from Missouri on their vacation. Hi, Tony. Hi, Russ. So, Patriot 7, I saved him for last. He won another ball game the other night, or yesterday. Yesterday, they started playing at 11 o'clock in the morning, 95 degrees, and they got down 3-0. And, I thought, here we go again. I kind of went down to the dugout and told them, "Hey, I don't care if you're losing 3-0. Defensively, and to play the game the way the game should have been played, they never walked nobody. The pitchers threw strikes. The players, when they had a chance to make the play, they made the play. They made a play on a relay that they made it just like a pro team would make it and kept the kid at third. They got the next guy out and kept the run from scoring." So I said, "You guys are in this game." And they must have believed me. I must have pumped them up or something, because they came back and scored 3. In the second, they held the team scoreless, and they scored 5. They ended up winning the game 14-8 and advanced to play tomorrow night at 5:30. Now, this is a team that no one thought would win one game. They didn't think they'd win one game, but they've come together. But what I made them understand, what I showed them at the little monkey's birthday party, little monkey had her birthday party. I hadn't mentioned her yet. She had it, a swim party. They could play ball. They could do everything. There was a lot of people there. With the kids, there was probably 75 to 80 people there. A lot of fun. But I noticed almost everybody from this all-star team was there. Some of the kids that didn't make the all-star team that played on his regular team was there. And they was playing ball, and they was playing catch. They was having a great time. And I said, "Look at the way you kids have bonded. Look at the friendships that you've developed." And they looked and they said, "Wow, that's right." And now they understand they're going to win tomorrow night as a team, or they're going to lose as a team. But nobody can say they didn't deserve to be in the tournament, because they've already won 2 games. And I'm very, very proud of not just my grandson, who I'm most proud of. He's yet to hit the ball in the whole tournament. He's had 9 at-bats in the tournament. He's yet to hit the ball. But he's yet to make an out. He's reached base on all 9 attempts. He's been walked 8 times. And he got hit by a pitch on another. But it was funny, because yesterday when he got walked for the 3rd time, he had a 2-1 count on him. The ump called a strike on him. And when he threw the next ball, the 3rd one, he started running down to first. He thought he had walked. Now, the umpire that called the strike, the pitch was nowhere near the strike zone. But all umpires will miss a pitch every now and then. So you have to live with that. But I got teasing my grandson after the game. I got telling him, you know what? You're so used to walking that you don't think the umpires ever call a strike. And I told him, I said, you got a 1,000 percentage on base percentage. He's only swung at one pitch the whole tournament. He's only had 2 strikes thrown to him the whole tournament. But he's a team player. And you can see the growth in this tournament in these kids. When I seen the first game and we got beat 18-3, I said, oh, I came straight home and I told Ron, I said, we're only playing 2 games. We'll lose the next one. They didn't. And then when they got down yesterday, they didn't get down. They got down in the score, but they kept their spirits up. And they understand they're a team. And there's no I in team. If someone says, I did this, we say, no, we did this. And it's just amazing if you talk to people. If you talk to people, the things that happen. There's a kid on his team, on his all-star team. His last name is Owenby. And I looked at him and I said, Owenby, you wouldn't be any relation to Larry Owenby, would you? And he said, yeah, that's my grandpa. I said, wow, I haven't seen him since high school. He was one of my better friends in high school. But he got out of high school, and he went to the military for 3 years, and we lost track. We had a nice talk yesterday. He came out to yesterday's game just to see me. There's another kid on the team last name Duncan. I said, are you any relation to Dick Duncan? He said, that's my grandpa. I said, you got to be kidding me. Dick Duncan used to be best friends and used to play slow pitch softball on our team, but he was best friends with my brother-in-law, Ray, who passed away. They worked at Butternut together. Known Dick Duncan for 40 years or more. Then one last kid. He struck out the other night, and he got very upset because he struck out on 3 pitches that none of them were strikes, and he didn't swing at any of them. He come back, and he had tears in his eyes, and he was yelling and screaming at his sister that he got cheated. And I said, look, since you struck out, we've got 2 hits and a walk, and we scored 3 runs. Your teammate picked you up. And yes, them pitches may not have been good, but until you put on the face mask, until you've got back there and umpired, when he called the strike the first time, he's going to call it if it's the same place. You got called out on 3 pitches, the same place, and you refuse to swing. You got to learn the umpire strike zone. They all have different ones. And I got going, and I seen that this kid's last name was Archer. My sister-in-law, who's married to my brother Russ, her aunt is an Archer. Aunt Nancy is what they called her. Her son is Troy, and Troy is the father of this little ball player and the sister that I was talking to. It's a small world, guys. It's a very small world. So that concludes the kids. And I know what I just told you there wasn't all the kids, but some things I want to talk to you about is this hat. Make America Great Again. I always thought this was something that people would love to read. There's a baseball team over there in the tournament. Their colors for their team is red, white, and blue. I said, oh, wow, man, you guys need a hat like this. They said, well, why don't you buy us all one? You know what? If I'd have seen it before the tournament started and had the time, I'd have got them all a hat because they would have all wanted to proudly wear it. I said to the parents, would you let them? And they said yes, because we want to see America great again, and them hats would go perfect. But then I'm walking to my car after the first game the other night, and this lady tried to pick a fight with me about Make America Great Again. But I wouldn't fight with her. I wouldn't argue with her. I barely talked to her. But all these people come to my aid because they want to see America made great again. I go to my granddaughter's party the other night, and they're talking about they don't believe that Sleepy is still with us. And they're all trying to figure out if he is or he isn't. And I walked away. Someone thought it was rude that I walked away. Someone made the statement, if you'd asked him, he'd have told you. And he even told you where to go look that it proves that he's not here with us. So they finally asked me, well, that's a long commute, Tony. But it's just there's so many people out there that are dying to make America great again. But then you still have the people who they just, why? CA, Soretta, John, Papa G, Myrna, David, Tony, Jeffrey, all of yous. Why would somebody have anything bad to say about Make America Great Again? You don't have to love the president. You don't even have to like him. But let me give you some advice for those who don't. If you say, if he's our president, you're leaving our country, go. Go and talk about the president in the new country you go to where you're not a legal citizen. Talk about him or her the same way. And you know, they might just do something like a rope, a gun, or a little shock. It's very big a shock because they don't put up for you talking about their leaders. We're the one country that puts up with it. Well, he don't know what he's doing. He stopped Iran. Some say he's going to build a new golf course over there. He's already got 3 holes made. I thought it was a sick joke, but you know, sometimes you got to be sick. So we got a little bit to discuss tonight. Then I'm going to do a little questions and answers, and I'm not going to be on very long tonight because to show you how the country is going down. Everybody that knows me knows I live in a very small town. As a matter of fact, if you take family out of this town, we live in a really, really small town. But we still have quacks and nuts and whatever you want to call them in our town too. Last Friday, my son came home from vacation and couldn't get in our house because the police made him go someplace else and stay because the next door neighbor right across the street had an automatic gun out and he was not very nice. So they had to talk him down, figure the situation out, and they put an end to it. There might have been more policemen in the town that day than there is people who live in the town. One boy was arrested. He made a mistake, but he broke the law, so he was arrested. But the guy that pulled the gun did not get arrested because he said, I'm protecting my property. And I see Papa G said it was torture, Tony. And it just so happens the guy I'm talking about that they had to bring, I think they had 15 or 20 police today in our little town. I couldn't get to my home. I stopped at Ron's. I did some grocery shopping, and I'm trying to go home. Take care of my little kitties. Sit down and rest and prepare for tonight's show, and I couldn't get home because the man lives right across the road from me. We don't know how many guns they confiscated from him, but why does anybody have them? But from what my knowledge, he had no permits on any of them, so he could be getting in a lot of trouble. But the world is, we got to do something. We got to do something quickly. Now, as we all know that the hat won, and the Super Bowl, or whatever you want to call it, was passed. It was supposed to be announced tonight, but it was passed. So we should start seeing some things. And Ron was on the phone today with Patriot Diane for over an hour. I was just on the phone with her twice for probably an hour. Uh, what she is saying, and I'm going to read what they said because I want you guys to get an indication of what's going on. Most of you probably know. This is long. I don't know if I will read all of it, but most of it. This is from Patriot Diane. TNT Tony, I have transcribed good news. Supposedly, the hat wanted to announce this with the big, beautiful bill anyway. Sudani said, at least give us 48 hours to the hat. So the date that Sudani is briefing on TV and telling all he can tell is that Iraq will have the new purchasing power on July 1, 2025. Today was supposed to be the date, but Sudani asked President the Hat for extra time. So here we are. It looks good. It looks great. Tony has been getting information all morning that it is done, that they have released it, that they will see it tomorrow. Then Tony got info that it was in the system right now, and they are all ready to push the button, as is propagating. Uh, it is live right now on Bloomberg for the first time in 20 years at 13:10. Bloomberg and FX, supposedly there is an announcement to be made in the next 4 hours that will change rate to 347. Then there will be a live rate tomorrow for all of us that go to the bank. Tony says we should be jumping up and down, celebrating. We now know who held it up, why it was held up, but none of that matters because Tony says we are now there, and that is what matters. We are there. The rates are going to start at 345 because they want you to go down and then shoot up from there. Tony said it has nothing to do with our higher rates. He says none of this process has changed, and that has made process work. Tony hopes that in the next 4 hours to get 800 numbers, and he hopes to do another call so you can start scheduling appointments for tomorrow. Tony says that this is how it should work now that the banks are assured it's on the Forex, because it is where the banks can see it. We now may see it right now, but it only takes 2 minutes to propagate around the world. Forex has to go through its protocols, give everyone that pending 2-hour window, give them time to adjust, shut down their systems, do what they need to do. Even though we may see it on Forex, they do not want us going to the banks until tomorrow. So that means we should get 800 numbers tonight. This is what Tony told them. If you don't get me the 800 numbers, I will just do my next call. And he goes on and pretty much talks the same. Then there was another one sent. The event has many facets to it. The worldwide blackout to change over to Tesla Energy, knocking out media satellites, QFS rods of God and dams, and 34 buildings, and much more. 34 buildings will be the event. They are very significant. The house that's white, royal castles, be the town that I live in, Palace, Vatican, Getty Museum, Playboy Mansion, and the like. This will surely make the stock market collapse, as will precision cyber-linked executive orders 13818 and 13848. It's all a show. What they're saying is everything's done, guys. We need to take a breath, a deep breath. Well, who doesn't like root beer floats? Um, I've had people ask me, do you think it's going to happen? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen tonight? I don't know. The last time I thought something was going to happen so greatly, I stayed up all night on my computer talking to people because this company was going to launch, and I had over 50,000 members under me. And just as they was ready to push the switch and launch, they blew up the Twin Towers. So I'm not going to get too excited. Oh, my insides are going a million miles an hour. Do I think we're there? I think between now and the 4th of July, we're there. I believe that fireworks are going to shoot. Now, I've also heard rumors, and this is rumors, and be known this is rumors. It could be true, but I've heard there's going to be an announcement made that starting July 1st, which is less than 5 hours away, starting that day until December 1st, I've heard that all airlines will be shut down and they will be worked on repair. So they're all in good working order. This is going to be huge, but I'm telling you, you're going to get the attention of people. I'm ready, Janet. Janet wants to get a party started. We're going to have a good time tonight. Diane, with 2 N's, she showed me her house. She showed me the house that she wants. I think I got it here. I think you guys will like her house. I asked her why it was so small. Maybe she didn't send it. Could have swore she did. Here it says July 4th will change everything. QFS, Big G, and EBS go look global, and I've seen that a lot. No, I thought she sent it to me. Maybe here. It's a pretty nice house, but I asked her why so small. That's her dream house. She said she's not worthy of spending that much money on a house. Everything we've went through, everything she's went through, she's worthy of having one 3 times that expensive. See, but we don't have to buy houses like that just to brag, and she's not. It's just that is a house that she wants to look like outside. Her husband wants a couple of cars, one for her, one for him, and her husband wants a couple of old cars. So do I. I want like a 5-car garage. I just might build a bunch of garages and put old cars in it. And guys, when I say this, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just saying it because I love old cars. Is there anybody here that's got an old car they like? You know, I've talked to you about my marriage. I've talked to you about the lady that would have been my mother-in-law had she not died. And she hated me so much that her husband had a 64 Mustang. A 64 Mustang. It wasn't in very good shape. It was in about the shape of him, but it had a good engine. And I had made a deal with a friend of mine who did body work on cars. He was just getting his business going. So he was going to take and he was going to remodel this 64 red Mustang. Put a cherry red brand new paint job on it. We were going to put new seats in. There's where the money was going to cost. The interior was good. And I was going to give it to her for her 18th birthday. and her mom disliked me so much, she sold it for like $50 to somebody instead of letting her daughter have it because that would have been a good gesture for me. But you know, she did. She, in the words of Hawk Harrelson, she gone. None too soon, may I ask. So let's see what Judy has to say, and then I'll read some things here and go over some questions. Ralph, since the day we spoke, I have tripled my currency. I have a little skin in the game. Well, congratulations, Papa G. You know, I'm pretty good off with what I got, but every time Mike sends me stuff, hey, I got some of this, then I think I got to get some.
Now he's pushing the phone in.
69 Boss 429 Mustang, yes. What I really would like to buy for my brother Russ is a 69 Sports Satellite Plymouth. He had one of them brand new. Oh my God. But mine, the one I really want to get, and people's going to laugh, but it's a 72 Buick Skylark, and I'm going to fix that baby up, and it's going to be cherry. The one I had was green, but I'm going to have a cherry red one. So this is what Judy has to say. The hat green lighted global currency. Reset of 209 nations to gold backed. Currency to reinstate original constitution. Dissolve Federal Reserve and IRS on Friday, 4th of July. There will be no show Friday, being the 4th of July, unless he does what he says. And I just might have to tell my kids, I'm doing a show for you guys. It doesn't matter if anybody's here, but I might just come on. Oh, 67 Chevy. Yes.
Now the best.
Huh? I'm really hoping to get a 64 Henway. Anybody know them? Anybody ever seen a 64 Henway? Let's see. Gold back currencies to reinstate original. Oh, I read that. Sunday, terrorist bomb Washington, D.C. and K star L blank blank. I can't read that. Can't read the rest of that. There's a very, very beautiful poem. I'll read you a couple of paragraphs of it. I see trees of green, red roses too. It's the song, guys. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day, the dark, scared night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And the rest of it goes on. And when I wanted to read part of that, because, see, that's someone who put that up there on Judy's show. You don't think Farmstead had what? The Henways? No, they didn't. You know the joke, don't you? Anyway, if you guys would have fell for my joke, and one of you should have said, what's a Henway? And I was going to tell you about 3 to 4 pounds. But you guys wouldn't fall for my joke. Anyway. Destruction of our God-given freedoms are given back in 1871 when the deep state globalists, U.S. and U.K. crown Vatican and their ancient descendants, the Kardashians mafia, changed the constitutions from their own. But we have now taken our constitution back. A lot of this is about the bad people, and I can't read it. What we think we know of Monday, the 30th of June, 2025. President the Hat RFK Jr. launch crackdown on chemtrails across the globe. President the Hat signed the Quantum Restorative Health System QRHS executive order allowing the full deployment of the special beds with military protection. There are now healing centers in 41 states. A lot of this I just can't read, guys. So I'm not going to. As I said, we're going to have a short show tonight. It's very hot. My computer's overheating. Valerie, have I said hi to you yet? If not, hi, Valerie. Diane's here. So anyway, if you got any questions or concerns or you just want my comments on anything, I thought Ella might slip on tonight, but they probably went to night swim. Yes, prayer for all in need. Watch over the homeless and heal the sick and afflicted. Amen. Amen. Bill, good prayer. Thank you, Bill.